Hi guys, welcome back. This is Nancy Stamps making a video for Fairy Hugs. Fairy Hugs has a new release. You're going to want to go check that out on their website, fairystamper.com. I will link everything down below for you guys. But I wanted to make a scene. I've been doing all these underwater aquatic scenes, and it's that time of the year where it's starting to warm up, and I am thinking about fishing. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice to make a scenic nature scene? So I'm going to incorporate some of these stamps. We have this new one here. This is called Waterfall. We have this heron. We have here these two logs. These are called logs. I used this in my last video, hanging vines. We have some, what are these called? Bulrushes. It's backwards. We'll look that up. We have some mushrooms, mini dancing mushrooms, and we have mini frogs. These are all high quality photopolymer stamps. They are all made here in the United States. So it looks like a lot, but I think it'll be really easy to build a scene up with these guys. So I have a little piece of cardstock in my little mini Misty. It's stuck down with some double-sided sticky grid paper there. And I'm going to start with the waterfall. We're going to put that in the background. And what I want to do is stamp out everything in the scene, and then we will go back in and we will color. All right, I'm going to use some Blackjack ink from Catherine Pooler, which is a dark gray ink. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, next I want to take these vines, and I kind of want to stamp them on each side here so it looks like this kind of wall, waterfall, maybe a little cove. I don't think my Misty door is going to close that way, so let's just take this off of here, and we will use the block on those just because they're extra long. Have some VersaFine Clair in Shady Lane. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to take the smaller, thinner one, and we'll do some lighter green with that one and kind of fill in those two. just so we have quite a bit of greenery in there. We want a wall of green vines. All right, I think that is good for our wall of green vines. Goes very nice with our waterfall. All right, now in our water here, we're gonna have some creatures. So I'm going to start with this larger log. There's two, there's a smaller one and a larger one, and I'm gonna put that larger one right here in the front. We can go back to our stamping platform. Okay, and I want a nice deep dark brown, so we're going to use some fallen leaves. Okay. Now perched on top of that log, we're going to have a frog. I'll take this guy here. This is the mini frog. There are two sizes of frogs. Let me show you guys the difference here. Okay, so here is the mini frog, which is item number FHS026. And here is Freddy the frog, who is quite a bit bigger. I mean, he's pretty much card front size. He is FHS021. So he is much bigger than a mini frog. So we're going to use the mini frog today. And I'm just going to perch this one little mini frog right here in the back. And we will do him a nice dark green. I think I don't know which color I like better. When you don't know, swatch it out. When in doubt, swatch it out. So this is Shady Lane. And this one is Rainforest. Ooh, Rainforest is kind of dark, but I think I'm going to have to go with Shady Lane on this one. Okay, so we're going to go with Shady Lane for our little froggy friend. For Freddy Jr. I think that was a good choice. All right, he looks great perched on there. Okay, we're just going to do one little frog today. And these stamps are so easy because they're nice and solid. I do like using the stamp positioner in case I miss stamping. I can always go back in and reposition it. All right, now we need some foliage. So we have, they're called bulrushes. I call them cattails. Never heard them called bulrushes. Maybe that's like the official. So I'm gonna put one here. Again, might need to move my stamp panel a second. Clean some of this extra ink off too. Just because this needs to hang down just a little bit. All right, and we're going to stamp those in a green. I want a lighter green. What do we got? All All right, I have some green tea from Catherine Pooler. All right, that's good. And I want to leave that there, but I want to clean my stamp off because I want those top, I call them cattails. I don't know if that's the right term or not. I want those to be brown. So to make those brown, just grabbing a zig marker, and I'm going to color in the tops of those brown with my zig marker. Ta-da! See how easy that was? Okay. Now I am going to make this side a little taller. Same thing. Use the green tea, stamp it out. And then go back in with my zig marker. Ta-da! Okay. Those are done. I want to add this little heron kind of standing in the water, maybe lurking, checking out the frog, maybe catching some fish. We're going to put it way over here, kind of in the background. Okay, and I want my heron to be kind of like a deep, dark, bluish. Blue heron is bluish, like blue-gray, right? So, let's see here. Here we go. We have stone blue. If this isn't dark enough, then I may go in and make him black. But let's try this first. I am going to do his legs black with a little VersaFine Clair. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be black enough. Okay, so we're going to actually make him all black. That's why I like having the Misty, because it helps position that. Okay, that's much better. All right, and we're going to color all this in, so it will stand out once we're done coloring everything. And last but not least, I know I have a lot in here in this little scene. I wanted to add these little mushrooms. Maybe we'll just have just a little bit, like just the heads of the mushrooms right there. Just want to color in the top part of the mushroom. So again, I'm just going to use my zig markers. That was light gray. Just color in the heads of those mushrooms. Oh, I need to do that again. That didn't stamp. And I think my magnet's in the way there. Try that again. It didn't stamp so well. Nope. All right, let's go in with some brown. This is called oatmeal, I think. Yeah, oatmeal. Nope, those mushrooms didn't want to stamp out with the marker. So let me grab a really light gray. There we go, some Twilight. This is from Catherine Pooler. There we go, much better. Okay, so now we have these little mushrooms coming out. All right, so now is the fun part. We've got everything on our basic scene stamped out, so we just need to now add some coloring. And the coloring is pretty easy because most everything's already colored. I'm going to bring in my Arteza colored pencils here. Okay, I've got my panel out. I've got my pencils out. I've got a little bit of blending stumps and Gamsol if I need them. So now it's just adding color, shading, all of those fun things. I'm going to start with our log down here. Again, no right or wrong. That's what's fun about rubber stamping and making your own cards and images. I mean, you can make this purple if you wanted to. You make it any color you want. It's your imaginary world. Okay, for our frog, he's got some color on him. I just want to fill in all those white spots. Okay, that's our little wall. That's pretty much it other than the water, and I'm going to kind of cheat with the water. Take a little bit of a blending sponge, go in with my ink, start off the page. Ooh, this is kind of dark, so I'm going to start down here where it's really dark, and then I'm going to lightly bring that color up. Look how much of a difference that made just from adding the water in there. All right, I do want to add some more color behind my wall, my vines there. That's some moss green. Okay, that's pretty much it for my coloring. If you wanted to blend everything out, you can use a little bit of Gamsol. And what it does is it melts the wax in your color pencils, so it smooths everything out. Okay, I'm going to use some for the blue. I have a little bit here for green. I'll do that. And it really does not affect your marker, or sorry, your ink. It just affects the color pencil. And it just melts it, smooths it out so you can blend it and get all the brush strokes out of there. Okay, and then just for a couple finishing touches, I like to go in with a multi-liner and just kind of match up the lines and the waves here, just so it goes across the card. And I'm going to take a little bit of shimmer pen, some Spectrum Noir, and I'm going to add that just over my water, down my waterfall. And then I'm going to take my white Jelly Roll pen and just down here where the waterfall meets, just going to draw some little curly cues of water where it looks like the water is kind of, you know, foaming up there where it reaches that. Oh, I forgot to color my bird in. There we go. That's better. All right. And once again, this video is brought to you by Fairy Hugs Stamps. They are made here in the United States. They work great for, they have wonderful fairies and gnomes and all of these nature creatures. If you missed it, I have some underwater scenes that I have made in previous videos. You can go check those out as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Fairy Stamper YouTube channel so you can get more inspiration. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can post your comments down below. If you have any questions, post those down below as well, and I will link everything in the description. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.